And we're live.
All right. Welcome to another Thursday night of the Guitar Gear Locker. This is live show 52, which is
Correct.
pretty crazy to think about it now.
Yeah.
We were just discussing this right before we got on air. We have other shows that if you subscribe to our channel, you will find that we have a lot of past interviews before we started to do the live shows. So there's a lot of really cool interviews. If you go back and you can find that on our channel.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people, a lot of information, a lot of people in here. It's been fun.
And we will soon too. We will have some more guests. So without a doubt. But yeah, so I guess let's get into it. What do we got in the news this week?
In the news, well, we wanted to talk. So I'll be honest, I never heard of this guitar until you said it, that you wanted to talk about it this week. And I'll share it up. And it will be a surprise. I've never seen one for sure. I've never heard of them, maybe in passing, and I can't, here, I was going to say, and I can't find it on. Man, I'm on a different computer, so you have to bear with me this week. Killer Guitars, which is funny because you think am I on the right one? Killer Guitars by ESP, right?
Yeah,
but it's not by ESP.
Yeah, no.
I think that guy just has it.
Yeah, I think that is it.
That's
it. Yeah, those are Killer Guitars. Yep. Yeah. So a little background on Killer Guitars, as far as I know. I think the guy that co-founded the guitar company is Akira Takasaki. And Akira is one of my favorite guitar players since I was a kid in the 80s. If anybody knows who Akira is, he's the guitar player and songwriter of the Japanese heavy metal band Loudness, probably the biggest, hard rock metal band ever come out of Japan. The first Japanese band to really make it outside of Japan, and Akira is one of my without a doubt one of my guitar heroes. And actually the first guy I ever saw with an ESP. So he had his signature guitar was a star-shaped body taken from the Charvel that Eddie Van Halen played, with the same old school headstock, kind of like the Dan Electro kind of headstock.
Right.
And it was an ESP, and that was the first ESP I ever saw. But as far as I know, he is the co-founder of this company, Killer Guitars. So if you look at some of those shapes, it's a little bit wilder shape based on the star shape.
Right. But you want to start with this red one, or?
Yeah. Let's start with that one.
Okay, we'll start with this guy. I think it should. Oh God, I hate that. It should just go. So I'm looking at it, but hold on. So I have to back out and go to that one. So hold on just a second. Bear with me. You would think that it would just follow right along, right? But no, it doesn't. All right, here we go. It will once we're in here. There we go. Yeah. So it's a good looking guitar, but you know what it reminds me of? Like, it reminds me of somebody having a star-shaped pointy guitar and doing almost like an Eddie Van Halen number on it, just making their own and just like reshaping it and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Evan Williams, Dwight, thanks for joining. Real quick before we talk, so if everybody sees, like, if I make a comment, you see it doubling up, keep in mind when we broadcast, it's broadcasting like a dual feed. So that's why you see two feeds on YouTube. One is for a phone orientation and one is for a computer screen or television. So that's why you see everything in double. So Dwight, thanks for joining. Trouble, thanks for joining. Evan, thanks for joining. Now back to the red.
So that looks like it's, if anybody remembers Akira's signature guitar that most people remember him from in the 80s, was the red star shape, and he had the bolt-on maple neck. And but it looks like to me what I've watched a bunch of videos over the years of these
Uh-huh.
guitars. I've never had the opportunity to try one of them. I'd
Right.
love to actually. But they look actually kind of comfortable the way it's designed, because there's like a bevel on the sides, and actually even the way that kind of sits in, where you see kind of like the circular
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like an arrow
Oh,
is,
right there. Yeah, look at that.
how it really comfortably sits there.
Yeah,
And Now this guitar is going for $528 used from the
that's not
90s.
bad.
I'm assuming that this is probably one of their maybe import models. You know, I, I see some guitars that go for 5 grand. So I'm assuming
Right.
those are Japanese made
Yeah,
killer guitars, the high end ones. And
right.
then,
And this is in Japan. The one that we're looking at is in Japan.
oh wow, wow.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, they look. I don't know. I've always been really curious about it. Um, if anybody that's watching, who's had the opportunity to try one of them, I'd love to get your feedback on it.
Yeah.
Um, when I was the last time I was in Japan, I saw one in the window of a guitar shop. I didn't have time to go in there and check it out, but yeah, I've always been kind of intrigued by them. And then obviously they make a kind of, it looks like kind of like a Strat shape model. And I
Right.
think for the most part, the guitars are bolt-on models, but I did see one of the star-shaped models that looks like it's a neck-through body, or maybe it's a set neck or something like
Sure.
that.
Sure. Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he has a
maybe,
little bit of everything in here.
yeah, yeah. And that one, I never saw that one. That's pretty interesting with the three humbuckers, it looks like, and it looks like
Oh,
it's kind of
yeah.
like
You know what? I didn't even notice that. They kind of blended in on my screen.
yeah, what does that remind you of? Like
It's a
a
Firebird.
Gibson Firebird or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I did a little bit of research, and it says killer guitars often feature like sharp, futuristic body shapes is kind of what he was going for. Deep
Mhm.
cutaways, sculpted neck heels. So, and that's something that you're starting to see on a lot of more modern guitars, matte or mirror finishes. Um, and they're best known for thin, shred-friendly neck profiles, flat fingerboards. They give it in millimeters, so I couldn't tell you what it is. Jumbo frets. So,
Yeah.
everything you would want. And I wanted to, kind of do like a comparison between the ESPs. So it, kind of contrast the two. So the ESPs known for fast, shred-friendly necks and metal-oriented ergonomics, body shapes like Super Strats, Les Paul Explorers, variants, bolt-on set necks. So then you move down to killer, very aggressive design with sharp contours, deep cutaways, specifically for high fret access, which you kind of saw on that one star-shaped guitar. Necks are generally ultra fast with flat fingerboards, ideal for shredding. They look like a lot of similarities between the two,
Mhm.
and they're more focused on metal and hard rock, rather than broad versatility. Is
Yeah.
the way they
Yeah.
described it.
Yeah. It looks like it's the meat and potatoes right there, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So,
So,
but, I've always been curious about them, I think I need to get a star-shaped guitar again, something like that, along those lines, 'cause, I used to play one in the '80s. I had an
yeah,
Ibanez, and, it was always a very comfortable shape for me, so, but yeah, yeah,
I
looks like,
I I like these. Well, sometimes I think when you get into Strat styles, you kind of lose me on other ones. But
mhm.
whoa, look at that! Well, wait a minute. We have to go into one of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means what do you want? Red, white, or blue?
Oh, oh, don't matter. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, well, look at I like the red one. So that means I'm gonna have to unshare, and then that sucks. That doesn't. I know. I complain about it every week.
Roger's having
Maybe it
little
was.
difficulties tonight. That's
Well, no, it's not that. So if it opens it up in a new screen, then it won't follow it, And that's what we were just looking at.
yeah.
So yeah, it like when you click it and it opens up another screen, it won't open that up. And it is I want to make, oh yeah, right there. Yes, I really am looking at guitars.
Yeah, so
Wow, look
kinda, yeah, it looks pretty sharp actually. And
yeah,
like you could see, it looks like there's kind of like a smooth bevel,
yeah,
right over there.
yeah.
The layer arm, like kind of like a Strat, how
You know, that is a really clean. Well, are those?
And I think it's kind of interesting where you have the jack on the back too. You know, if you see the back of the
Oh yeah, yeah, and you're starting to see that on. I think Schecter's doing it now too.
Mhm.
And then there was one. What guitar did we talk about recently that had two? I forget which guitar
Maybe that was
two.
the PRS,
The Clio. No, that was inside, but it could have been one of theirs. Man, that's $5,000. That's a lot of guitar right there.
yeah, and that's used.
What is it real?
Yeah,
Oh, it
used.
is.
Yeah.
Good grief.
So that's why I'm thinking that they make Japanese ones and they probably outsource maybe China, Indonesia, or something.
Yeah.
Some lower end models. But that's
We
probably
could drive over and check this out. It's in Japan also.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Wow.
yeah, actually, you know, if you even look at the headstock, you see how it has 5 strings and then one
Oh
uh,
yeah.
on the bottom there.
Uh-huh.
Now, you being a guitar tech, Roger, I mean, what do you think? Is there any benefits to something like that?
Well, I think let me look at the other side. You're just trying to keep the strings. Yeah. Well, when you look at that, so see the string is coming straight off of if we're in standard tuning for E. Well, it's coming
Mhm.
off string number one, but it's coming off that tuning peg like straight. So there's no real break angle up to here. And there's really, if you look up there, there's nowhere to put it with that
Yeah,
cutout,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's so I guess, just thinking out loud, and I could be wrong. So you would have to have like 5 of one orientation and 1 of the other orientation. That would be instead of
Just
like a 3 and 3.
just looking at that guitar, that's definitely something I would play, you know, because
Yeah,
I love the maple necks and yeah, and I like the shape and
that is a great looking guitar.
yeah, that's all you need. One
Yeah,
volume, three-way toggle switch, 2 pickups, and you're good to go.
yeah. I'll
You
go
know?
back through some of the comments. We had John Connor, like a dual casting score. Yeah, that's what we're doing. If you see what we were looking at, it's interesting to say the least. Killer Guitars, who makes them? It's Killer. And what did you say the gentleman's name was? The owner of
Uh,
the company?
Akira Takasaki from Loudness. So anybody knows Akira Takasaki?
The Jackson Store. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's what it looks
And
like.
that
Except there's somebody took a saw to it.
yeah, so back in 19 I guess 82, 83, Akira is, you know, like I said, he's the first guy I ever saw playing an ESP, and ESP was starting to copy those Charvels, you know, and Jacksons and stuff like that back then. That's I think that's when they started to really kind of build guitars because they started out as a parts company.
Right.
So Akira's guitar, which was basically a copy of the Eddie Van Halen Star guitar from 79, 80, or whatever it was that he designed that with Charvel. And it's basically that guitar, same thing, maple neck with the kind of I don't know if anybody remembers, it was kind of like a Dan Electro kind of neck or headstock. I'm sorry. So
I have one. I'm not ignoring everybody. I have to look at a screen over there when I'm looking at things.
Yeah.
Not trying to be rude, but I did run across something, and you right as you mentioned it. Wow, that's not even a bad price, right?
1989. Wow. So they've been around for a little while now.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah. But I know he definitely designed that shape. So he just took it from the star shape and just kind of made his
That
own.
is so. Well, wait a minute. No.
If anybody likes really tasteful, shreddy guitar playing, go listen to some old Loudness. Listen to the Thunder in the East record. guitar playing is just unbelievable.
Seymour Duncan in it. So it just looks like I wonder if that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hung up on the tuning key. That's me, my OCD. And every once in a while, you'll catch me with the cursor circling things too. It's a weird thing I have, just in case anybody notices. So, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You ever gonna? So, have you ever seen one here?
No, no,
I haven't either.
I
I'll be honest. When you mentioned it the other day, I was like, when you said killer guitars, I thought you meant like a cool guitar. Like that's a killer guitar. I didn't know there was killer guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the idea behind the name too. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a killer guitar.
Yeah. I like the striped one. That's pretty cool. I'm still looking at it. So yeah, that's cool. I think that'd be interesting. So I've seen Edwards over here. I mean, you get those out of Japan. I wonder why nobody's brought one of those in. Like even when you're looking on Reverb, none of those look to be in America for sale.
Yeah. I guess it's political with ESP. You know, it's like certain guitars that they just. I know Edwards is strictly a Japanese selling instrument, so I've never played an Edwards. You have, and I've never played one.
Yeah, and it's funny that it's like one of those things. Like when you get a red car, like every car you see is red after that. It was the same thing. It's like Edwards, never heard of one, and then that one came in, and then I saw three.
You know, they speaking of Edwards.
Here we go. Evan's got something. He's looking at it. Edwards. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're I 2 thumbs up. They're good guitars.
Yeah.
Like super solid. Like the structural side of the guitar is good. The playing side was good also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
And the one you played was or you worked on.
That was a Rhodes.
A Rhodes V.
Yeah. And I mean, they really, I think what caught my eye was the fact that it's like a lot of attention to detail, like inside. And I kind of compared it. Remember, I had just bought that Mirage, the LTD Mirage. So about the same time, I'm working on both of those, and you look in the cavity where the springs are and the claw and all that kind of stuff. Mine's unpainted and, had like sawdust, the normal stuff you see in that stuff, like, compound and all that kind of stuff. Theirs was painted and glossy and flawless. So, and I'm sitting here going like, wow, the inside of the guitar is nice on this. Like the attention to detail that the Edwards had was above and beyond where that LTD was, right next to each other.
I follow a couple different ESP Instagram sites. One of them is for the Japanese custom shop. And it was just maybe I actually should have sent this to you for the show, but there's an Edwards Horizon that they just put out. It's like a 50th anniversary because ESP is celebrating 50 years this year as a company. And so it's an Edwards model of a Horizon. The finish on this thing is just immaculate. It's just unbelievable. It's a beautiful guitar. You would think it's one of those high-end, if anybody's familiar with the ESP exhibition series, which those guitars usually go for like 20 grand and up. So it looks like one of those. I can imagine it's still got to be up there in price, even though it's just because the way the finish is on it. But yeah.
Musical Companion 5890. Any insight or opinion on anything newish for guitars coming in NAMM 2026? ESP LTD been kind of boring. Really waiting for the Dave Mustaine Les Paul 24 fret shaved heel 25 and a half. I mean, you would be more in line with hearing things out of LTD and ESP. You know what? It seems like, everything's kind of hush hush right now. And then right after the holidays, we start getting like a rush of like, I'm not getting anything from, Ernie Ball or Fishman they've had a lot of relief. I've been surprised by the amount of releases that have come out late in the year, I figured some of them would have held off till after the first of the year to do NAMM.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually with ESP. They'll definitely. Now they haven't done any. They've only done new LTDs in the last 3 years, I believe. There hasn't been any new E2s come out, but hopefully we see something. I do know one thing that they'll be releasing next year, which will be pretty cool. But I like all the stuff they put out in the last couple years. So
yeah, we've been caught giving away secrets, so we're kind of not that I know any now, but we gave a secret away one time.
Oh yeah, we can't do that again.
yeah, but I don't know of any to answer your question. Alex would probably know more of that. I've just like again, I'm surprised that the like Paul Reed Smith, they've been introducing some new products.
Yeah.
There's been, I mean, stuff came out today we're going to talk more about here in a couple minutes. So it's weird how things are trickling out through the year. It used to be like, bam, you get to NAMM and a lot of things come out. But
yeah,
you agree?
The only stuff I've seen some really cool, interesting guitars, which is some smaller companies like Luxtone and stuff like that caught my eye. That guitar company in particular, every time I see something new, I'm just like, wow, that's pretty amazing. But,
we were in a shop today. I told you about it, and I won't name the shop, but nice little place, a lot of high-end guitars. Man, they had some Nags in there. I mean, those Nags guitars they're beautiful. They look like great guitars. A couple single cuts like Les Paul style, but man, $8,000, $7,000. There was a PRS $15,000. They did have one of the Jacksons. Oh man, that thing was nice. Maybe next week we need to talk more about that.
The New American series.
Yeah. Okay. I liked it. I was pretty impressed with that. So I didn't sit down and play it. I had a thing hanging off the front of me, so I didn't want to scratch it up. Can't go into what the thing was on Arrow. We'll get a strike. But it would have scratched it maybe. So it is Virginia though, so 2A all the way. So anyway, so I didn't play it, but I did pick it up, and it felt solid. The action looked good on it, like the parts, like it didn't feel like a flimsy guitar. So I just didn't like sit down because I couldn't get it up against me to play it. But yeah, I was pretty impressed. Maybe we need to visit that, in an upcoming week. I just thought it was just going to be more of the same, but they look maybe a nice step up. Man, there was something there was a guitar I wanted to talk about.
Actually, I have a question for you, Roger.
Yes.
So I've been, checking out quite a few of these new Tom Anderson guitars, and I played some Tom Anderson guitars. They're amazing, instruments. But I noticed that it's a lot of these 2-bolt necks. Do you know why that is?
No.
Yeah, 2-bolt necks.
Really?
Yeah, I just found it kind of odd.
I'm gonna have to research that this week.
Yeah. So maybe we can talk.
I haven't noticed that. But I really wasn't looking either. And there was one over there today, and I've had some in here. I haven't really noticed. I remember what I was, talking about things that like companies have been coming out with lately, and this isn't a guitar, but it's guitar related. We talk about Stringjoy. Stringjoy just recently came out with a couple like very light gauge acoustic string sets, and I think they're kind of making those for more of the beginners, which I think makes total sense. Make the guitar as easy as you can for the beginner to play so it doesn't hurt their hands. Then they play more, they get better, they buy more guitars. It's like playing the end game.
Bleed to death. I would come home from school and practice my nylon string, classical guitar, and so anybody knows those strings are not they're not thin.
Sorry about that. I have
That
too
would be
much
nice.
stuff going on in this house
Thin
tonight.
string.
I'm sorry. What's that?
Oh, so it would have been nicer with the thinner strings. But by the
Yeah.
time I got to the guitar, the electric guitar, it was, you know, at the time, Ernie Ball was making those
Right.
super thin strings in the 80s for all the shredder guys. And,
Yeah.
you know, now if I try and play that, now it's like feels like a piece of thread or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
And let me see if I can look it up real quick. Let's see that. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you figure you typically, I can't talk in time. Let's see what. Oh yeah, here I have them. I will share it on the screen. There you go. Wow, that was easy. Why aren't they all like that? So here, this is, or how did it share it? It didn't share the correct one, did it? Let me find which one you're looking at. Yeah, see that's again. Hold on. Like when it opens up in a new window, I thought it was too easy. So these they're called soft touch. And I like the idea for new players. And that is, yeah, there we go. Gotcha. So that is actually that's a 10.5, right? So 10.5, I think they also have another size that's a 9.5. So so they're starting to make these for, you know, a newer player, I'm assuming, is the market they're going after there. But you know, you can look at that two ways. So you know, also as we get older, like your hands, it hurts your hands sometimes. A lot of guys have carpal tunnel. We've heard that. So you know, I see players starting to go on the electric side. They start going for hybrids, and like the acoustic, the Martin that's behind me has 10s on it, 1050s, instead of, you know, 11s, 12s, or even 13s. So yeah, I thought that was. I mean, we didn't have it as a topic for tonight, but I thought it was a good idea. I thought of it while we're talking about new guitar things. Evan has a comment. Stringjoys are custom strings. Yeah, you can, but these, so you can literally get any length, any string, any gauge you want from them. I've seen some wacky combinations come through here that I've ordered and customers have ordered. But these are pre-packaged, and I want to say one is a 9.5 and one's a 10.5, and all of the strings are lighter. So, and that's why they're calling them soft touch. And I think they're trying to address those people that are newer or having hand issues. I like the idea. I always like good ideas. And that's, I mean, you know how I am with the guitar industry as a whole, I think is just odd. You know, that, you know, you buy a brand new guitar. I've said it a million times. You buy a brand new guitar and the frets are uneven, the frets are sharp, the frets are this, and you need to take it immediately and get a setup. I just don't think guitar, and I get it, that I don't think the guitar manufacturers play the long game, but the same with the people selling the guitars. They don't play a long game either because they're not doing setups on them. They say they are. It's BS. And I think they try. Sweetwater, you know, we both love Sweetwater a lot. But, you know, the 55-point check doesn't always catch everything. So because you can't, like, we're human, right? So anyways, our next one is, this is one, and it's interesting. You wore the shirt. Let me share the screen for topic number. Well, it should have been 2, but it's like 25 because I keep pontificating. Iron Maiden scores a new #1 album. Live After Death.
Yeah, Live After Death.
Live After Death. Why do I keep saying live? I keep reading it. Live. Live
Well, I actually bought Live After Death the day it came out. I bought. I think I bought From Peace of Mind, Power Slave, Live After Death, somewhere in time up until Seventh Son, I bought all those records the day it came out.
Yeah.
But Live After Death, during that tour, which is the Power Slave tour, that's the first time I saw Iron Maiden. Philadelphia Spectrum with Wasted and Twisted Sister, I think were the openers. But yeah, I mean, that's a classic. And this is by mistake wearing the Iron Maiden shirt. So
yeah, we didn't plan this. I saw that and kind of chuckled, but yeah. I thought of you as soon as I saw this headline.
Yeah,
because I know you're a big fan.
Oh, you know, I did see they did a reissue of Live After Death, and
yeah, and I still think Live After Death would be more interesting.
Yes, the absolute classic record. I mean,
yeah,
that was when Maiden really took off, like, you know, for the Power Slave record, which came out in 1984, and yeah, classic record. Yeah, it's funny. The photo they got there is not even the lineup.
Right.
Well, that's the guy Blaze Bailey. That was.
Oh my God! You know, let me add it back because
yeah,
it's so funny. You know, if you kind of
put up a photo of Blaze Bailey, I mean, come on.
Well, and it looks like if you just glance at it quickly, it looks like Spicoli's all the way to the left.
And that photo is from the 90s. That's not.
Yeah. He's like, Mr. Hand. Spicoli. Only Roger. Oh, let's see. I want to catch up on a couple more. I mean, I really like the 8s and 7s. They're floppy. Yeah, I'm hoping I may order one of those the soft touches just to see how they feel, because I know one of the claims to fame for Stringjoy is, you know, how they balance out the string gauges. So I'm curious to see how. I know the 10s feel pretty good. You lose, like, if you're a bluegrass guy, playing with 10s on a Martin probably isn't going to get you where you need to be. But if you're, you know, picking by yourself at home, you know, they're definitely more comfortable. Let's see. Cheech is back. Welcome, Cheech. Good to see you back. Live After Death. I had that cassette.
Yeah, classic. One of the great live albums. No doubt.
All right. Let me reset here. And then the next topic. This is going to be very productive, everybody. Trust me. Very productive. If I can find it. Here we go. All aboard. So what do we think? I don't need to enlarge these, right? You know, maybe I do. This one here. I mean, boring, whatever. Let me get this, which means it's going to go to a different. Oh, it went. Look at that. Okay, so this is why I like Sweetwater, because when you open up the link, it opens up in the same screen, and I don't have to click again. So here we go. What do you think? What's your thoughts first?
I'll pass.
Yeah. You know, I have to tell you, I think that's a hideous guitar. So we've talked about Tom Morello before. I am not a fan at all. I don't know what he gets at with, like, I'm going to leave his causes out because I don't get what it means to arm the homeless. I don't know what he wants to arm the homeless with, because he's definitely not homeless. He's rich. He's a million bazillionaire. So here you go, Tom Morello. Give all the money from the guitar to the people you want to arm in the street. All the money, rich guy. Yeah. Fight for your right, my ass. I can't stand that guy. He's such a hypocrite, and he sucks as a guitar player too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm sorry if I offend anybody if you're a Tom Morello fan. If you like to see somebody scratch a record on their guitar and play disco on their guitar, and 80s rap, then there you go.
Oh, I see a
Not
comment
mine.
there. I like the
Yeah,
hello
yeah. Hold on.
better.
I get a cheese first. Did you ever? Yes. Well, all right. Remind us to come back to. We'll talk about the Fishmans. Yeah, they're awesome, by the way. No, he's not a faux communist. Look, man. Okay. So even before he got into his weird skews, I have a hard time with rich people telling me how I should feel about things because I really like growing up in a city. Like I have a soft spot for homelessness and like we grew up on assistance, and I'm sure he did too. Like we all had a tough time back in the 70s and 80s. But this guy's rich and he's preaching and I think I heard I never found it, but he said a portion of the proceeds, you're a millionaire, Tom, give it all to him.
Yeah.
You don't need it. How much money do you need with your ugly ass guitar?
Yeah.
What's that? A freaking hungry hippo on it?
It is
Fuck
ugly. I tell
him.
you. Yeah.
I hate that guy. I swear I hate that guy. Anyways, I mean, I mean, his little Russian flag on there.
That's great.
Yeah, I bet he regrets that. I bet he's, Mr. Virtuous over here. He would not forgive anybody else that had that sticker on anything nowadays, but he forgot he had a Russian sickle on a guitar way back in the day, by his hungry hippo.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyways, not a fan. Yeah. Not a fan of scratching on a guitar like 80s rap music. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think he's overrated. Right? What did I leave off?
I would agree. Yeah.
But you know what? I have to leave it on a positive. He had a very nice mom and he treated his mom great. So he's got to be like somewhat, he's probably a good guy. He's just a douche.
He's a good guy, but he's a douche.
You can be, two things can be true. So what's that?
I said, tell us how you really feel.
I don't like the guy, man.
The guitar is like, I mean, and that, wait, so that is a Fender? That's Fender putting that out?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and it's $1,700.
It's like a Explorer / Kramer.
Yeah.
Headstock. So, I mean, was the guitar the original guitar?
No, I think
I've seen the videos of him playing that guitar, but is the original guitar Fender or?
I think it is a hodgepodge of parts that he found.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I'm off of my rant now. I just, I never have. So I told you before we went live tonight, I liked Rage Against the Machine. I like their music. I don't necessarily dig the whole scratching on a guitar. I don't get it. I bet you they were out 10 years before I even knew he was scratching on a guitar. I thought it was a record. I thought it was like the old beatbox days,
And that's is there EMGs in there?
Yeah, it looks like EMGs.
Okay.
So yeah, there's nothing about that guitar that makes me want to buy it.
I'm assuming it's made in Mexico, probably.
Oh yeah, if not Indonesia. Let's see if we can see there.
So are they making guitars in India? I didn't know Fender was making guitars there.
Maybe
I know about the Mexican.
Made in. I can't see where that. Oh, wait a minute.
It says.
Oh, Ensenada. Oh, you know what? There's no way that has to be part of the motif, right? That's probably what the original one said.
No, it's probably made there.
Yeah. You think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? So I'll be serious now. Not that I wasn't a little serious before. I just don't like him. But I like the fact, like Godo locking tuners.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah. So maybe I mean, we've seen other guitars from other places. So I'll be serious and talk about the guitar now. So you know, it has EMGs. I also noticed that the bridge is a Goto.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
yeah, it has
Oh,
a Goto Floyd type bridge in it. So it has some good quality parts in it, EMGs, Goto hardware. So yeah, it's just I mean, not my thing. I don't I
yeah,
don't
it's
get
not my
it.
thing. I would not be seen with that guitar.
Yeah, we just kind of brought it up because
If it was maybe like a different color without the graphics on it, the specs.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the hardware. I think they thought that like if they were on the real ones, then you know he had some good stuff on it. But he, you know, there's an interview of him talking about how crappy the original guitar played. So, but I mean, it's a lot. He did this a lot like Eddie Van Halen. Not to put those two on the same playing field at all,
Yeah.
but same kind of thing. Just like chopping up stuff and you know getting things
Mhm.
here and getting things there, making something out of it.
Sure.
So. I'll
Yeah.
give him that. I don't understand the hippos. I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
I know I said that, but yeah, we kind of brought that up because we knew it would be something for us to goof around with. No, he's probably a good guy. I'm just messing around. I just don't like the bullshit. I don't like rich people preaching to me. You know, I just don't like it. Like,
Mhm.
keep your shit at your house. We don't want to hear it. So let's talk about fun stuff.
Yeah.
That was
Fun.
fun,
That's
right?
why we're here.
All right. So what? Anybody want to guess on Reverb? Well, you can't guess because you could Google it in the time. So Reverb's Alex best selling guitar of 2025 was you name it. Take a guess. Damn
Back
it.
apart.
No, that's me trying to get it off. It doesn't even want to come off the
I'm
screen.
gonna guess.
It's such a pain.
I don't know. I'm gonna say a Fender or an Epiphone.
All right, which like zero it in? Which one is it?
Maybe
If
like
I
a
can find
Mexican
it.
Strat or a some kind of Epiphone or something like that.
Let me see what this is.
That's my guess.
Well, damn, if I could find it. That's not it. Now I've opened up too many. Oh, here you go. I've opened up too many things. I threw myself off. American Professional 2. Ta-da!
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
I tell you what, these are good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought Fender is pretty consistent company
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think these are good. I just had one in the other day, as a matter of fact.
and that's a USA guitar for $1,700.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these are solid. And this was Reverb's number one.
Oh, wow.
And
So
let's see.
yeah, that's surprising.
So it said the Fender American Professional 2 Strat outsold the Telly and even the PRS SE Silver Sky. And they were 22 and 23 and 24s. So yeah, these are good. I think I told you the other day. Let me Squire. Yeah, he was close.
Mm-hmm.
The dark.
Right.
Oh yeah. So well, and I didn't have to choose that one. So I just had one of these in here, and you know, you can't. So I'm going to put a lot of disclaimers up because it did make it through the checklist, and it had I think was that the one? No, that was a 335 that made it through that. So we won't. But I did just have one of these in that was new. I had just two of them that just had flaws, brand new. One was a very expensive. I'll have pictures of that. It was a 335 I told you about. Very expensive guitar with flaws right from the factory. But they made it right. So that was good. So the one that was just in here, the Ultra Strat, good guitar. I mean, they play great. They sound great. The pickups even sound good in them. But that one, well, one didn't because it didn't work. But I mean, things happen. Like during production, it had a broken coil wire on it. So, and that's something I mean, things happen, right? So they're
Yeah.
sending him, as a matter of fact, he notified me today they're sending him a new one, and I'm going to install that on Monday. But they're good guitars, man. I can see why that was the best selling. You know, they're versatile. HSS,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I
it
love that
can,
combo.
yeah. I mean, and especially like I think HSS is super solid. Also, if you're like just getting started in guitar and you don't know like what's my kind of guitar, so that has a flatter radius on the fretboard. It's more modernized. And then you have HSS. So, I mean, you can get a little Hendrixy, you can get a little metally. So,
Mhm.
you know, pretty
Yeah.
versatile, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
That's,
what time?
that's my favorite combination, HS or HSS.
Mhm. Yeah, so that covered that one. I also, so your assignment for this week is to look up, we talked a little bit, Billy Strings. Have you heard of him?
No, never heard of them.
Dude, you got it. So it's definitely not what you listen to. He's I heard him on radio recently on an interview. That kid can play. It's a lot of like flat picking, country, bluegrass.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
come on.
telling you.
Marcus King. Have you ever checked him out?
Yes. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
phenomenal. That kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Singer
Check
and
him out this week, man. He's good. He's
yeah.
really good. He could probably get you into bluegrass if you're not.
Mhm.
I'm not. My dad used to listen to it, so I can tolerate it a little bit. So Loudwires Metal Song of the Year
Cowboy.
is, and I don't know how to pronounce the girls. So it's Amy Lee, Poppy, and Courtney LaPlante. I probably butchered that one because I know she's in a popular band, so I know everybody knows who she is, except
That's
for
metal?
me. But I have heard the song, so it's on it's on the radio. So I've heard the song a million times.
It's metal?
Well, ish, probably metalcore ish.
Mm.
So it's like, so it's metal. It's definitely not death metal. It's not black metal. Metalcore ish, but it's radio. Okay, here you go. Here's a new genre. It's radio metal.
Radio metal. Okay.
That, I think that's pretty good because now you have a mental image of what I'm talking about.
All right.
Like it's metal that is safe for the radio.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's pretty damn good. I'm gonna have a t-shirt made. So
Trademark
yeah,
that.
what's that?
Gotta trademark that.
Yeah, trademark it. Yeah, radio metal. So what do you think? What do you think? Like all female, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
No thoughts. You have
Yeah,
no thoughts.
I don't really have any opinion on it. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, and these are just things that I picked up while I was like while I'm getting ready, like all this stuff is popping up, and I'm like, oh, let's talk about that. Back to Loudwire, Rock Song of the Year, The End by Mammoth.
Okay. I haven't heard it. No.
You haven't heard that song?
Mm-mm.
That's the
No.
one where he does the oh geez, what is that little technique that Eddie Van Halen used to do in the song? I draw blanks when I'm on here. You know where you're tapping your hand back and forth like that? He
Mhm.
does that fast thing at the beginning. I'll have to send it to you. It's actually not bad.
He's a ridiculous player, all around player, songwriter.
He's a
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah,
Not only
nothing's really impressed me this year. There was only 3 albums that I can think of that I liked. So probably my favorite was Sacrifice from Canada, or their 6th album that came out. You know, if anybody's a old school thrash guy would know Sacrifice. Sacrifice, one of my favorite bands in the 80s, the first 2 records particularly. So yeah, they put out a record that came out earlier this year called Volume 6. It's just unbelievable. It's like it should have been their third record.
Right.
Just perfect album. I think from beginning to end. That and then the Alice Cooper record, The
Oh,
Revenge of Alice Cooper, which
yeah.
is the original Alice Cooper band.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody knows, Alice Cooper in the early 70s was completely different, was not a solo band. It was the Alice Cooper band.
Right.
So yeah, it's all the original guys back together. It's a great record. It's got some of those kind of experimental avant-garde kind of stuff that Alice Cooper was known for in the 70s. I don't know. It's just a really great record. Actually, they even brought in Bob Ezrin, who did their early 70s records, or produced the record. Great album. Great album. And then after that, hometown heroes of mine, actually, who put out their second record since 1986, which is Amp Bitch from Philadelphia. My buddies from Philly, and big influence on me as a kid. The first real proper metal band in Philadelphia that started in the early 80s, along with them and Black Task. So they have a record, kind of, I think on this record, there's a lot of obviously there's a big space in between from 1986 to 2025, because the first and only record came out in 1986. Kind of a lot of really cool Motorhead kind of moments on this record. And actually, one of those songs, I for a short period of time, I played in a band with John Plumley, who's the main songwriter of Anvil Bitch, called Rise to Offend, which was the name of the Anvil Bitch record in '86. And one of those songs that's on the record, we actually used to play. So he wrote that song while I was playing with him during our short-lived project that we did together. But yeah, it's a really great record. If anybody likes the old school, origins of thrash metal, go check out Anvil Bitch, Age of Fear. Great album. So yeah, that was.
There's another one we should probably mention. So Jeremy, Jeremy Sauceville has Scumyard out.
Yes, yeah, go check that out.
Him out, yeah.
Very kind of punky, kind of garage rock, kind of Motorhead-ish kind of vibe to it at some point.
Yeah,
yeah.
Good guy, good band.
There's stuff I can't even think of. I'm still stuck in 1975, or 1981 or something.
Well, I don't know if so I know when people see a look on your face when I mention these things like Evanescence and all that, they don't like. The joke is I'm saying it to kind of mess with you. I'm saying it to kind of see your reaction is what I'm doing. So it's not it's not like we think these are the best thing in the world. They're not bad.
In all honesty, I'm not that in tune. A lot of people always ask me "Oh, what's your, what are you listening to?" And I'm just like, for the most part, same stuff I grew up with. But once in a while, I do hear something new that is really good. And there is a lot of great music out there. It's not all metal. To be honest with you, it's usually outside of the metal genre of newer stuff that I like. But yeah, there's the three that come to mind for me. So Sacrifice, Volume 6, Alice Cooper, The Revenge of Alice Cooper, and Anvil Bitch, Age of Fear.
There you go. There's the one.
That's my choices of 2025.
So we're at 53. Let me I didn't realize this. You said Billy Strings played a solo on the new Cryptopsy. I didn't know that. Man, I'll send you something with him. He is really good.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Just so fast, with that kind of stuff. But those guys, I think they're so underrated. We've talked about Roy Clark. I saw something the other day from Buck Owens, like those old guys, and it's ridiculous how fast their hands were back then. And some of the they weren't playing power chords. They were playing. It was almost like a fast jazz. Really interesting.
Les Paul.
What's that?
Les Paul. Think about Les Paul.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think the reason I bring them up, like Jerry Reed, and some people are probably too
Very,
young to
very
even know
cool.
who these people are. That I think the reason that I bring them up is because like some of us that grew up in that era kind of knew them more from TV. It's like, whoa, wait, he can play a guitar. No, he can really play a guitar. Jerry Reed was what Smokey and the Bandit is what he was probably best known for, right? Other
Yeah.
than music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but then you see them play, and it's like, oh god, they can really play.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Greg Roberts agreed. Yeah, Jerry Reed was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, some of that we forget about until you like these pop up in your feed, and you're like, oh my god. So,
Mhm.
all right. So the last one before we go is so this is guitar related, and we've talked about like inspiration, and probably should have done this at the beginning. This is more for people that I think are like most people probably already know this, like the cage system and theory and all that. And I am one of I've said it a million times, like I'm a monkey see, monkey do player. Like I'll learn a song. I don't know why this song. I used to read music. It was in an orchestra, read music with guitar when I was younger. Long since forgot all that stuff, started riding fire trucks. So now all these years later, I just monkey see, monkey do. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how this song is played, and then pentatonic and all that kind of stuff. But I always want to know why. Like, and then I got interested in a caged system, but I could never, like when you're older, it's hard to learn that stuff. So I had somebody come in here. They're taking lessons with somebody, and they said they went back to, everybody's back in the office now, so it's harder to do things after work. So they started doing this program it's an online program. And I've tried online programs. They've all
Mhm.
been, I mean, they just don't explain them very well, but this one's different for me. Pick Up Music is the site. And I think they go all the way from beginner to intermediate to advanced. They have all kinds of lessons, but there was something, and they have a 2-week free trial, and I figured I'll try it because I've been really interested in kind of like working down the neck and understanding why it all works, not just doing it, just why it works. So so the lessons I've been taking is mostly a lady teaching it, and then a guy does kind of the jam out sessions, if you will. And the way they lay it out with like root, third, fifth, and all that, they tie it in just makes sense to me. And it's the only program that I found yet that makes sense. And it's not like a chore to do. And I feel like I've learned more. I've been doing it like this is not a commercial. This is just me. I was telling Alex about this and said, hey, we should talk about this. So I was actually surprised at how easy and how this these people, it's men and women teaching it at different lessons, how they tie it in and make it all make sense to where you're like, oh, okay, well, you could play, the C shape and then the A shape and just keep them moving them down. And then, before you know it, you can throw on a backing track and you can just play along with what you just learned. And it's like, okay, there you go. And that's what I told you. I think maybe not everybody, but I think public safety and military, like we're all kind of regimented in our thinking. You've seen that when we played. It's like just very regimented, can't come out of a box because we've been in a box for so long and SOP
Right.
driven and all that.
Mhm.
So I think that it was like an eye opener, like, oh my God, look, throw in a backing track and do what they just taught me how to do. And it's so far very interesting. I'll do little updates if anybody's concerned with it, but or interested in it. But yeah, so far, check it out, man. Pick Up Music. It's a cool program. I like their program. It's the best one I've seen yet. It's the only one. I don't know what this lady did in her lessons, and I keep saying lady because that's the one that was in my lessons. But she laid it out. It was so no nonsense and made such sense. I was like, geez, where has that been? Like the way she explained it, it just spoke to me. So
Mhm.
sounds kind of
Yeah.
goofy, but yeah,
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, that
Um,
sounds really interesting.
Cheech wanted to talk about the Fishmans. I just sold a set today. Anybody's looked for them, I don't know how available they are with Fishman yet. They were sold out for a long time. I still have 3. I've been using one every day, and the person that bought the set today made mention of they look a lot like other wireless systems, not the one you have with the wire attached, but the one that kind of has like a little hinge on it. They look like those, but he says that he has a couple sets of those or has dealt with them, whatever, and these feel much better built than the other ones. They feel more industrial strength than, like, you would have a residential or commercial use or something like that. So he said they just feel like they're built better. They're sturdier and not as flimsy. I know it's the same thing, but and the range. I mean, my stuff at my house is long, so my stuff is way down there, and I can sit here in this seat and play guitar on that amp out there, and I don't know how many feet, but it's a long ways. They said the range is 150 feet, I think.
Okay.
So far I'm pretty impressed. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm still curious about it. I have to
Yeah.
try it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're like 300 and some bucks. I mean, the price isn't hateful. Good products, good company. They stand behind their product. So
Yep.
yeah, so far so good. Like 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the end of our list. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much it. I know we have regulars that are still with us. If you're still with us this long, you're one of the regulars. So sorry if we're bombarding you with some shorts, but the shorts that I put out, they go out to like a different audience. So that's trying to get more subscribers in. So turn off your notifications. But some of it is just like little short snippets of what we're talking about tonight. So.
Yeah. And once again, please like and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And we'll be back again next Thursday. And we may have a guest next Thursday. Not quite sure, still trying to lock that in. So if not, we'll have, like, we're getting close to Christmas, so there's going to be all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
We won't talk about Evanescence anymore or Rage Against the Machine.
We'll leave them out.
Yeah, those topics they're done. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Guys.
Good Friday coming up. See you later.
Thursday.